Good morning, little Jays. I hope you had a good day yesterday. And today, Miss Frizzle is going to read The Magic School Bus in the Time of the Dinosaurs. Are you ready to go on a great adventure? Okay, boys and girls, here we go. The Magic School Bus in the Time of the Dinosaurs. It was visitors' day at our school. Parents, relatives, and friends were coming that afternoon to see our work. In Miss Frizzle's class, we were making the whole room into Dinosaur Land. I love Visitors' Day. My parents are coming. My grandma's coming. I hope she likes my project. Suddenly, Miss Frizzle said, "Please pay attention, children. I have wonderful news." I wonder what the good news is. Maybe it's lunchtime already. Maybe we don't have to learn all these dinosaur names. Our class has been invited to a dinosaur dig, explained the Frizz. We'll be leaving right away. As we went, one kid grabbed the video camera. Others took along model dinosaurs for good luck. When you have the wackiest teacher in the school, you need all the luck you can get. We're leaving now? I guess Miss Frizzle forgot about Visitors' Day. She never forgot about anything before. We couldn't believe we had to get on that rickety old school bus again. Kids held their lucky dinosaurs tight and hoped for the best. My lucky dinosaur is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. My lucky dinosaur is Stegosaurus. My lucky dinosaur is wondering if this old bus will make it. As we rolled onto the highway, Miss Frizzle shouted from the driver's seat, "We're on our way to fossil country, kids! Who knows what a fossil is?" Luckily, we had done our homework. We knew a fossil is anything left from a prehistoric animal or plant. This story is make-believe. There were no dinosaurs in the time of cave people. After we'd been driving for a long time, we came to a desert where people were working. Miss Frizzle said this was the dinosaur dig. The people were paleontologists, scientists who studied prehistoric life. Dinosaurs lasted for 150 million years on Earth. Weren't they amazing, Arnold? It's amazing that I've lasted this long in Miss Frizzle's class. Everyone at the dig was working hard, using all kinds of tools to separate the fossils from the rocks around them. I see you're still interested in dinosaurs, Jeff. Valerie, I haven't seen you since high school. Let's get this on video. The paleontologist told us they had found the fossil bones of a duck-billed dinosaur called Maiasaura. She calls him Jeff. He calls her Valerie. They went to high school together? That must have been in the prehistoric times. The paleontologist seemed sad. We're looking for fossil eggs, they said, but we haven't found any yet. We found the bones from some Maiasaur dinosaurs, Valerie. We were hoping to find their nests. I didn't know her name was Valerie. We saw a gleam in Miss Frizzle's eye. "Want to look for some Maiasaura nests, kids?" she shouted. She rushed us onto the bus and drove off. "But we just got here. I want to look at that crane. I want to see the dinosaur bone. See you later, Jeff." We hadn't gone far when Miss Frizzle stopped the bus. She turned a dial on the dashboard and the bus began to change. It looked like a giant alarm clock. Miss Frizzle said it was a time machine. Now I've seen everything. This bus is getting ridiculous. Maiasaura was some of the very last dinosaurs on Earth. The hand on the clock started moving backward. 1 hour back, 1 day back, 1 year back. Outside the windows, the desert was whizzing by. 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. "We're on our way to the time of the Maiasaura. Hang on, class," yelled the Frizz. Ring, ring, The alarm went off. We heard Miss Frizzle say, "Oops, we had a little machine trouble. We went back too far in time, but it's nothing to worry about." Nothing to worry about. We missed the time of the Maiasaura by millions of years. Class, we're in the late Triassic period, the time of the early dinosaurs. You mean we're in the same place but in another time? You mean this is what that desert looked like 220 million years ago? Whoa, it's a jungle out there. The Frizz pointed to some dinosaurs that were hunting on the banks of a river. "The name is Colopheus," she said. "These early dinosaurs were small and light. The giant dinosaurs did not develop until later. Colopheus have excellent teeth for eating meat. Their teeth have saw edges like steak knives. Try not to look like a steak." Suddenly, a large reptile rose out of the water and opened its huge mouth. That is not a dinosaur," Miss Frizzle said. "It's a phytosaur, a crocodile-like reptile." The phytosaur caught a little dinosaur and pulled it underwater. We wanted to get back on the bus pronto, but Miss Frizzle said we had to learn about Triassic plant life. We were examining some ferns when Miss Frizzle shouted, "Look at those terrific prosauropods! They were the first dinosaurs to eat plants!" "I just love Triassic plants, class, don't you?" Do you hear something? Do you mean those crunching sounds? Miss Frizzle isn't the only one who loves Triassic plants. A sudden downpour caught us by surprise, but the dinosaurs went right on eating. We ran for the bus, and Frizzle called, "Get ready to go forward in time, kids. In a tropical forest, rains are frequent and heavy, Arnold." Now, she tells me, Jeff will love this video. The last things we saw before we took off were some small, furry animals. Miss Frizzle said they were the first mammals. The hand on the clock moved ahead, and the Triassic forest whizzed out of sight. When will we see Maiasaura eggs? Maiasaura lives 160 million years from now. Let's see if we can find them. Ring, ring! The alarm went off, and we heard Miss Frizzle say, "Oh no!" We'd stopped too soon. It was the late Jurassic period, the age of giants. Here are some interesting tree trunks. I don't think so. "Notice these sauropod dinosaurs, children," said Miss Frizzle. "They were kind of impossible to miss. They were the largest animals that ever lived. 60 million years have passed since we were here last. Look, those sauropods are swallowing their whole food. The teeth are not good for chewing, Phoebe. They swallow stones to grind up food in their stomachs. It must take a lot of plants to feed a giant sauropod. Sauropods must spend most of their time eating. Ah, what a life." Under a pile of leaves, we found some dinosaur eggs just about to hatch. Nearby, some Stegosaurus-plated dinosaurs were eating plants. One of the Stegosauruses had a hurt leg. "Are they Maiasaura eggs?" "No, Keisha, Maiasaura did not live in the Jurassic period. They came much later." Suddenly, an Allosaurus approached the wounded Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus's spiked tail slashed out. It missed Allosaurus by an inch. What would happen next? We held our breath. Allosaurus darted close and took a big bite. Then it moved back and waited. Stegosaurus got weaker and weaker. It had become food for Allosaurus. Class, whatever Allosaurus does not eat will feed the other dinosaurs too. At my old school, we never got this close to predators. I guess that Stegosaurus won't become a dinosaur fossil. No, it's becoming a dinosaur dinner. As we ran for the time machine, Miss Frizzle pointed out some strange birds. The first birds appeared in late Jurassic, she said. Then she pushed fast forward button and shouted, Maiasaura, here we come! We still didn't find Maiasaura nests. Come on, let's go look for them. Ring, ring! The alarm went off again. We looked out and then we freaked out. Once again, we had stopped too soon. Here we are in the late Cretaceous period, announced Miss Frizzle. At this time, there was a sea right in the middle of our continent. Out the windows, enormous sea reptiles swam by. Overhead, flying reptiles glided past, dipping their beaks in the water to catch fish. We were getting a little wet, so the Frizz set the clock ahead. We're in the same place 25 million years later. How time flies. That's not all that flies. I'm homesick. I'm seasick. At my old school, the bus didn't leak. Can't we find a drier time, Miss Frizzle? The next thing we knew, we had traveled forward 2 million years. Now, we were at the very end of the Cretaceous period. This was the last time of this was the time of the last dinosaurs. This was the time we'd been looking for. The sea has dried up in this part of the world, class. This is the same time of the Maiasaura. You let a couple of million years go by and look what happens. Excuse me. As soon as we got off the bus, we saw that the Cretaceous world was different. The weather was cooler. There were colorful flowers and fruits everywhere, and there was lots of new plant-eating dinosaurs. These plant eaters could chew better than any other dinosaurs, said Miss Frizzle. They had terrific teeth for grinding, and they had cheeks. Cheeks keep food from falling out, so plant eaters do not lose food they have already chewed. Gee, I didn't know cheeks were so important. We were watching the plant eaters chew when some Tyrannosaurus approached. They were some of the largest meat eaters ever. Their mouths were giant biting machines with 60 sharp stabbing teeth. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Tyrannosaurus trouble. Some other dinosaurs had more teeth, but Tyrannosaurus had enormous teeth. I feel sorry for the tooth fairy. The Tyrannosaurus were scary enough. Then a pack of Troodon showed up too. They were small, but there were a lot of them. They began circling the bus to see what it was. We sized up the situation and ran. I hope you are observing the Troodon, class. Notice the slashing claw on each back foot. We'd like to observe them, Miss Frizzle, but we have to leave right away. In a hurry, this instant. In other words, now. As we came over the crest of a hill, we saw an incredible sight. It was the Maiasaura nesting ground. Wow, look at all those babies. It's a dinosaur daycare. We weren't the only ones who had found the Maiasaura. The Troodon had followed us. They invaded the nesting ground. The Maiasaura parents defended their young. All at once, a sandstorm blew up. In minutes, a thick layer of sand covered the dinosaurs. These dinosaurs will all be buried. Poor dinosaurs, poor us. Everything happened so fast. There was no way we could help the dinosaurs. Maybe they would become fossils. Oh no, I dropped my model Maiasaura. Hurry up and run! Back in the bus, Miss Frizzle drove forward in time. We thought we were going home, but on the way, the bus screeched to a stop. "We're in the very last minutes of the Cretaceous period," said Miss Frizzle. A bright light was shining in the sky. "Notice that asteroid," said the Frizz. "It's a huge rock from outer space. Soon it will hit the Earth. The asteroid will cause an enormous explosion. Black soot will fill the air and block out the sun. Plants won't grow, and millions of living things will become extinct, including the dinosaurs." "Miss Frizzle, could we leave before the asteroid hits?" The Frizz pushed the forward button and we started again. "We're only 65 million years from home, class. Step on it, please." When the alarm rang, we were back in our own time. The paleontologists were worried about us and came looking for us. We gave them a tip on a fossil site. Then we waved goodbye and drove back to school. "Go that way about 100 steps and start digging. I'll bet you find some Dinosaur nests." "If you say so, Val. We'll send you a copy of the video." In the classroom, we made a chart of our trip to the dinosaurs. Just as we were finishing it, people started coming in for Visitors' Day. My Coleopiths lived in the Triassic period. My Allosaurus belongs in the Jurassic. Where should I put my Triceratops? I lost my dinosaur. Too bad. "Hey Arnold, wasn't that dinosaur adventure amazing?" "This is my idea of adventure. That's my boy." The visitors admired everything. They had never seen such fabulous projects, such wonderful books, or such an incredible video. And of course, they had never met a teacher quite like Miss Frizzle. "Your bones are the best, honey." "Thanks, Gran." "Hey, look at all those special effects. The dinosaurs seem so real." "Why, Florrie, this reads as if you were really there." "It ought to." "Your teacher seems like an interesting person. She loves science. She loves lizards too, and test tubes, and slime, and mold, and experiments, and she designs her own clothes." And that is the end of the story, The Magic School Bus in the Time of the Dinosaurs. What a wonderful adventure. And I loved reading with you today. And we actually don't have any birthdays today. So I love you, little Jays. Have a good day. And Miss Frizzle will be back tomorrow.